Hey everyone, and welcome. Ever thought about what it takes to manage an operation that's basically breeding fish and shellfish like crazy?
It's a really interesting field.
Today we're diving deep into aquaculture hatchery management.
Yeah.
We're going to get you ready for an interview for this kind of job.
It's a blend of science and hands-on work.
We're your career guides,
That's right.
interview guides.
Uh-huh.
We'll even talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can help you get ahead.
Yeah, that's a really cool tool.
Get ready, because we've got some really interesting information for you today.
We're going to break down some common questions you'll hear.
Okay, so let's start with the basics.
Right.
What does an aquaculture hatchery manager actually do?
So you're breeding fish and shellfish on a commercial scale, but it's also a very specific skill set.
Right.
You're a scientist,
Yeah.
a team leader.
Okay.
You got to solve problems all the time.
So you're kind of like the all-in-one package.
Exactly. Imagine going to an interview and you can talk about breeding cycles,
Right.
water quality, fish health,
Makes sense.
and then you can switch it up and talk about leading a team,
Okay.
maybe even mentoring junior staff like we see in our career guide.
That's a great point.
That's the kind of well-rounded experience that this job needs.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
Let's jump into some interview questions.
All right, let's do it.
Question 1.
Okay.
This is the classic, what motivated you to work in aquaculture?
Right.
How did you get started?
Yeah, it seems simple,
It does.
but this is how you show your passion.
Right.
Don't just list your qualifications.
Okay.
Think about what really got you interested in this.
That's a good point.
Was it the ocean?
Yeah.
Did you see a documentary about sustainable seafood?
Right.
Those are the things you want to talk about.
Yeah, find that connection.
Exactly.
But what about that volunteer work at the aquarium?
That's perfect.
Even if it seems small, it shows you're really interested.
It does.
Our career guide actually talks about how volunteering shows your commitment.
Exactly. It shows you're proactive.
Yeah, you take initiative.
And be ready for follow-up questions.
Oh, good point.
They might ask, what excites you about aquaculture?
Oh, that's a good one.
Or what are your long-term goals?
That's where practicing your answers can really make a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe even using RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea.
That feedback could be a game changer.
Absolutely. Imagine getting feedback on how fast you're talking,
Wow.
your body language.
From AI.
Yeah, and it's all designed to help you do your best.
It's like having a coach in your computer.
It really is.
Okay, so question number 2 dives into leadership.
Okay.
How would you manage a team of hatchery technicians and workers? How would you make sure you're producing high-quality fish?
So this is about showing that you can lead and inspire people. Going back to a time you motivated a team,
Yeah.
or maybe you had to delegate tasks.
Uh-huh.
Maybe there was even a conflict you had to resolve.
Those are all really good examples.
Did you ever start a new training program that helped your team?
Yeah, like that story from the career guide about the hatchery technician who trained junior staff.
That's a perfect example. Don't be afraid to talk about your real-life experiences.
Yeah, those are really powerful.
Absolutely.
And be prepared for those follow-up questions.
Oh, yeah, like how do you delegate?
Right.
Or how do you handle disagreements?
Yeah, those are tough ones.
You really want to have clear and concise answers for those.
RoleCatcher's AI can be a big help with that, too.
It really can.
You can actually practice those answers, and the AI will tell you how to structure your response.
Wow.
So you can make sure you're hitting all the key points.
It's like having a personal coach for your answers.
Exactly.
It helps you understand how to manage a team in a hatchery setting.
Okay, so question number 3 gets a little more technical.
Yeah, this one's going to test your knowledge a bit.
What experience do you have with fish breeding programs? And how would you develop and implement a breeding program at our hatchery?
Okay, so this is where you get to talk about genetics, breeding techniques, data analysis.
This is where the science comes in.
Exactly. Aquaculture is all about science.
Our career guide mentions spawning techniques
Oh, yeah, that's important.
and early life cycle stages.
Yeah, definitely something you want to be familiar with.
So you can really showcase your knowledge here,
Absolutely.
but you also want to tailor your answer to the specific hatchery.
Oh, that's really important.
There's not a one-size-fits-all kind of answer.
If you're interviewing at a salmon hatchery,
Right.
you should talk about salmon breeding practices.
Makes sense.
Do your research.
Show them you care about their operation,
Exactly.
not just any hatchery.
Right.
And don't be afraid to ask questions, too.
Oh, for sure.
Shows you're really thinking,
You could ask about their production goals.
oh, that's a good idea.
What are they trying to achieve with their breeding program?
What are their challenges?
Exactly. That shows you're already thinking like a hatchery manager.
Problem solving.
Exactly. And you know what can help with all of this?
What's that?
RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, yeah. How so?
You can actually do a practice interview with the AI
Whoa, that's cool.
and get feedback on your answers.
That would be so helpful.
It's like having a personal interview coach.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to question 4.
Okay.
This one's all about fish health.
Very important.
The interview guide asks, how do you ensure fish health at the hatchery? What steps do you take to prevent disease outbreaks?
Okay, so you want to talk about biosecurity,
Okay.
quarantine protocols,
Right.
vaccination programs,
Makes sense.
regular health checks,
Yeah, those are all super important.
and of course, water quality testing.
Can't forget about that.
You need to show them you're proactive about this stuff.
And don't forget about the career guide's pros and cons section.
Right.
They talk about the risk of disease transmission.
That's a big one.
So you need to show them you understand that risk
Absolutely.
and that you have a plan to prevent it.
Exactly. Don't just give them general knowledge.
Right.
Talk about a specific disease that's common with the species they raise.
Okay.
And then tell them how you would prevent or manage it.
Show them you're one step ahead.
Exactly.
All right, question 5 takes us to the business side of things.
Okay, let's hear it.
How do you manage the hatchery's budget?
Important question.
And what steps do you take to optimize production while also keeping costs down?
The age-old question.
Right.
You need to show them you're good with money.
Basically.
And this is where that knowledge of production and processing comes in.
From the career guide.
Exactly. You're not just a fish enthusiast.
Right.
You're a business person.
You understand the bottom line.
Exactly. You need to find that balance between production and cost.
Did you ever negotiate a discount on fish feed?
Oh, that's a great example.
Or maybe you implemented a new energy saving system.
Those are the things you want to talk about.
Show them you can save the hatchery money.
Absolutely.
And RoleCatcher can help you articulate those accomplishments.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Imagine recording yourself answering this question. And the AI gives you feedback on how to structure your response.
Wow.
So you can highlight those cost-saving measures.
That's like having a PR team for your interview.
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready for another question?
Hit me with it.
This one's all about problem solving.
All right, let's solve some problems.
The guide asks, describe a time you had to troubleshoot a problem at the hatchery and how you went about finding a solution.
Oh, I like this one.
Think of a real head-scratcher you had to deal with.
Yeah, you don't want to just tell a story.
Right.
You want to show them you can think critically.
And that you have a process for solving problems.
Exactly. Remember that example from the career guide with the hatchery assistant?
The one with the water quality issues?
Yeah, that's perfect.
It shows you can figure out what's wrong, figure out why it's happening,
Exactly.
maybe even do some research to figure out how to fix it.
And then actually implement a solution.
Walk them through it, step by step.
Yeah, like a play-by-play of your thought process.
And don't forget to tell them about the results.
Oh, that's key.
Did your solution save the fish?
Right.
Did it improve the water quality?
Numbers are really important here.
They want to see that you made a real difference.
Absolutely. And you know what can help you tell that story effectively?
RoleCatcher.
You got it. The AI can actually analyze your tone of voice.
No.
So you come across as calm and collected.
Even when you're talking about a stressful situation.
Exactly. You want to show them you can handle pressure.
That's so smart.
Well.
Okay, last question.
Okay, bring it on.
This one shows you're in it for the long haul.
All right.
The guide asks, how do you stay up to date with industry trends and best practices in aquaculture? And how do you incorporate new knowledge into your work at the hatchery?
This field is constantly changing.
Like the ocean itself.
Exactly. You got to keep learning.
How do you do it? Conferences,
Okay.
workshops,
Makes sense.
industry publications,
Uh-huh.
professional organizations.
The career guide even mentions some good ones.
Yeah, it's all about showing them that you're committed to learning. Absolutely. Did you go to a conference recently and learn about a new filtration system?
Oh, that's a great example.
Or maybe you're part of an organization that shares the latest research on fish nutrition.
Exactly. Those are the things that make you stand out.
It shows you're on top of your game.
And don't forget about networking.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Conferences and organizations are a great way to meet people,
Share knowledge.
learn from each other.
It's like building your own personal support system.
Exactly.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the
That
resources,
can be a lot.
remember that RoleCatcher can help.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Their AI can actually suggest relevant professional development opportunities
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
tailored to your specific career goal.
It's like having a personalized career counselor.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah.
we covered a ton of information today.
Oh, they did.
We talked about what an aquaculture hatchery manager does.
Yep.
We went through some common interview questions.
Uh-huh.
And we even talked about how RoleCatcher can help you get the job.
It's an amazing tool.
So remember,
Yeah.
to be successful in this field,
Okay.
you need to have the technical skills.
Right.
You need to be a good leader,
Huh.
and you need to be a problem solver.
Absolutely.
But most importantly,
What's that?
you have to be passionate about aquaculture.
It's all about passion.
So go out there,
Yeah.
show them what you know,
Show them you're passionate.
and land that dream job.
Yeah. You got this.